Hi guys, welcome to Learning Electronics Repair. I have two items here from a local bar. This is an IPTV box, which he says is dead, and this is a remote which he says some of the buttons are not working. So I think this is a controller for a video matrix, HDMI matrix probably. Input, so this will select your video source. Output, this will select the TV that video source goes to. And you can create scenes, 1, 2, 3, 4 scenes, which are just preset settings, basically. Yeah. Let's have a quick look. So it says it isn't working. I can see this is taped up here. Yeah. Obviously, it's had a hard life, this thing. But I believe it's just certain buttons. I don't know if my overhead camera will pick this up. Usually the one on my phone will. Don't see anything there. Try my phone. Then I'll try it actually. I've never tried the infrared camera. Well, here's another remote, and that doesn't do anything on the overhead camera either. But on my phone, that's flashing. And on this one, nothing is happening, okay? Don't see anything. I'm going to try the infrared camera now, just out of interest. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's see. I have no idea if this will work or not. I know this remote works, okay? And I know that the thermal camera reacts to shiny things, reflecting light. But let's see what it does with an IR remote. Yeah, that's that black thing in the middle. The red thing being my hand, okay? Well, no, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't actually see that. I thought it might do because it sees shiny things as hot, but no. Interesting, though. Okay, so maybe this battery is the problem. I mean, huh? How is that supposed to work? Yeah. I see a little metal springy thing, and I can see a clip. Yeah. So he's powering this thing. Yeah, battery's charged. Okay. So I think that's his first problem. There's a capacitor here which is connected across the battery terminal, I hope. Figure out which way round this goes. It looks like, yeah, it looks like I don't even need to do that. So the battery pushes in and pushes against that. So it probably was giving me a contact. Yeah, it wouldn't go the other way because it just connects to both, okay. So yeah, that's how the battery goes. So that would be okay. Right. Well, I can clean these contacts, of course. This is the top half, but it seems a little bit strange that no buttons are working. Maybe I didn't have a good connection on the battery. We can try that. Possibly a problem with the LED, although these are pretty reliable. So that's open in that direction. Should read about 1.05. Yeah, 1.1. That's on diode test mode. That's about right, I would think. I can actually just test that as well. If I get my phone again in a position I can actually see with the camera. Okay. I'm on the forward facing camera. Hopefully this will work. Let's see. So we'll connect to the multimeter. Okay, I don't know if I have enough hands here. I have the forward facing camera, the selfie camera. Does it light? That's the wrong way. I'm not seeing anything on the multimeter. Go again. Will this work? Okay, that's reading on the multimeter. I have to say I don't see anything on that camera. Let's see if we can do it the other way. Okay, I have a connection. I can see on the multimeter I have the correct voltage. Don't have anything on that LED. I'm going to unsolder it and let's see if we can test it properly. Okay, so that wasn't really getting me anywhere. So I've connected my backlight tester. I've set it to 1 milliamp. This is actually another LED one I had in my stash of stuff. Okay, I'll get my camera close to the LED so you can see it. Then we'll switch on the backlight tester. And I think we can see it's lighting up like a purple colour. Can you see it in there? Probably now clearer. There, yeah. So it's lighting up. Switch off the tester. And it goes out, okay. Switch back on. And it comes back on. Yeah. On. Off. Right, let's try that with the one from here's remote. Yeah, that's lighted up as well. We see like a purple glow in there. Okay. Just switch off again. It's very faint. I might actually just swap this LED anyway, to be quite honest. It seems particularly faint, that does. I've got it now. You can see it, okay. Ah, now you can see it. I just can't get it to stay still, that's all. Okay. Switch off. Out it goes. Switch back on. Yeah, so we can say that one works actually. Okay, let's give this a clean with a bit of isopropyl alcohol. I mean, I'm just actually rubbing at it dry first just to see what comes off. We have some black deposit, but I kind of expected that. Okay. We'll get rid of this bit of flux at the same time. Okay. And while it's wet, let's just give it a bit of a clean. Yeah. I'm just looking at this now. There's some effectively blank ones, but that seems to be where there are no buttons anyway in here. Yeah, there's some blank spaces, so that's fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Why has it got it taped up with insulation tape? Okay, so that slots in. Oh, I think maybe there's a clip broken off on it. It's a bit sticky, I'll say that much. I see now why it's taped up, because the clip is broken here. So that has to go back on. Okay, does it work? I was going to test this and I realised I actually put the LED on the wrong way round. It's on the wrong side of the board, yeah. And then, of course, when I tried to desolder it, the pads just came off, because they do with these horrible little PCBs. So I've resoldered it, and now I've actually put a bit of glue back into place. This is the original LED. They both seem to work equally as well or equally badly as each other. I've also resoldered this. So this was quite flat to the board. I unsoldered it, cleaned the holes, and I effectively pushed this on the edge of my desk, basically to get it sitting completely flat, and soldered it. So that's now at a much higher angle, should give better tension. So hopefully that will actually make a good contact to the battery. I've cleaned the sticky mess off this as well. This is where the insulation tape was. We can test this to make sure we have a good contact. So with this LED, this is the positive end. If I get onto here, this is the positive end of the capacitor. This is the same as the positive terminal of the battery. So we can go from here. And we need to test the continuity to the LED itself. I want to get as close to the LED as possible. You'll probably hear it rather than see it because I'm zoomed in. You hear that? So we have a contact to the LED from the positive, and then the other end, actually, we'll come back to this chip, I imagine. Something's driving this LED. So whatever's driving it will be connecting this back down to ground, basically. In fact, the track comes all the way down here. It goes to there on the chip, can you see it? So probably if we go from here to the LED, we should get a contact. Again, you hear it. And you can see it. So that's connected correctly. Let's put this back together because I have cleaned it and I've cleaned the little rubber things on here. Let's see if it works now. I'll try and balance the phone. In fact, actually, no, I'll get a willing assistant. Julie, can you do me a favour?
Yes.
Just hold the camera. I'm trying to get this remote as close as possible to it, yeah?
Okay.
So let's get it in there so we can see it on the screen. A little bit closer towards me. Okay, right, let's see what happens. Does it light up? Push on the battery. See? No, nothing. I don't see anything. Let's see how close I can get it. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Nope, nothing. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That was Julie there giving us a helping hand. So this still doesn't do anything. Let's see if the remote is trying to send a signal to the LED. So what I'm going to do is attach a clip to the LED if I can. Yeah, on this end. I might have made life very difficult for myself. I have, in fact. I'll solder a little bit of wire onto here because we know we have a signal getting to here. I mean, the other place I could actually go is actually in the output of this chip, of course. So I'll just attach a little bit of wire and then we can attach our scope probe to there. Do not do what I tried to do, which was to solder a thick wire onto the track there because the tracks just won't take any sort of pressure here. I've actually repaired the little bit of damage I caused again, and I've attached a piece of wire now, so I can attach my scope probe to here. This is the plus and minus supply, so I've just tagged wires on again to make it easy to attach my bench power supply. I'm going to set it to 3.2 volts. Now, where to put the oscilloscope ground? You might think you should connect it to ground, but I'm actually going to connect it to positive because one end of this LED, this end, is attached to here. And the other end is switching to ground, is effectively connecting or grounding the other end of the LED to light it up. So to get any sort of sensible reading, this needs to be ground, the positive. And then we should see negative pulses driving the other end of the LED. Now, it might sound strange to attach your oscilloscope ground to the positive supply, but bear in mind that my oscilloscope is isolated anyway, and so is my bench power supply isolated from the mains. So it's not going to effectively short back through the mains wiring or anything stupid like that. So there's no reason why I can't do that. If your bench power supply negative was grounded and the oscilloscope was grounded, maybe it would be more of a problem. Okay. Another possibility, of course, is just to attach this to a battery, or use a handheld scope. Okay, I have my oscilloscope attached. A bit of a noisy signal there, to be honest. That's on the end of the LED. I can just measure this with a multimeter as well. So we're on volts range. I'll just get a connection to ground. Let's have a look. So this end of the LED, this is your supply coming in as well anyway. Yeah, 3.2 volts. And the other end was 2.5. So we see a bit of a drop across the LED. That's because this effectively gives a very high resistance path to ground, basically. Let's have what the scope says. So You can see now we have a bit of a slightly noisy trace. I say I'm going to hold one of the pads on here against one of the buttons. Oh, and look, there, can you see that? I'm sure you can see that. So that effectively is driving the LED. Look, there's another one. Another one. So we can see we have drive pulses to the LED. Just try a different pad. That really tells me that this is working. Not too happy about that bit of noise, but that's effectively what I have. Okay, so I'd have to say this actually is working. The LED appears to be extremely faint on my phone, but it's possible that this LED is on a different frequency, light, colour, a different frequency of light. Yeah, light has frequencies. So it might be my phone just isn't sensitive on this LED. I tried another one. You can see it was doing the same. Whereas this remote, which has a different type of LED by the looks of it anyway, is much brighter. So I can't really do any more with this one. What do you think, guys? The customer said some of the buttons aren't working. So if we assume this thing actually is working, I'm just not picking it up on my mobile phone very well, then hopefully cleaning this will have fixed it. It was interesting though, and it makes me think now, probably I should buy or make a remote tester. Yeah, that might be interesting. A remote tester, like with some sort of photo LED. Well, in fact, I've got a lot of these things. Yeah, these are IR sensors, basically. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of those. So let's have a quick look to see if we can buy remote testers. I've never even thought about it before. Or maybe we should just make something. Well, I've popped over to AliExpress, of course, and put IR remote tester. But these seem to be radio frequency. It does say IR though. All types of infrared and radio testers. Oh, okay. That might be something. I'll have a look as well, see maybe we can put something together. Maybe we'll just get one of these and try it and see how good it is actually. Are you guys interested? Let me know. Are you interested? Would you like me to try one of these and see if they're any good? Yeah? Okay, so this belongs to the same customer. Little mag box. It's a Linux IPTV box. He says it's dead. These have a 12 volt supply. I've made videos with these. You can kill these by plugging a 5 volt supply in. And I made a video about that. I'll try and remember. I'll link it to this one. But let's stick a 12 volt supply on and let's see what it does. This is actually too wide, but usually they make a contact. I can put this onto my bench power supply because I can see what current it's drawing. That's a good indicator as to what's going on anyway. Well, that's about right, 200 odd milliamps. In fact, the blue light is actually on here. Interesting. I'm going to attach this to my TV. Right, let's try it. So you can see my TV up there, my little portable TV. Well, it's booting up. Okay, so it's not dead. Well, you can see it's actually tried to boot up. It's saying no internet, etc., because there isn't any. But it doesn't appear to be faulty. I'll connect a LAN cable, see what happens. Okay, page loading error. That either means it can't connect to the internet or it can't connect to the server, whatever server it's set to connect to. Okay, so you can see up here, internet is enabled, Ethernet is enabled, it has an IP address. So it would appear there's some problem with the server it's trying to connect to. It's a Scandinavian TV. So that's what's wrong with it. I don't provide these TV services. It's whoever wants to do that sort of thing. So he'll have to speak to that person, yeah. But the box itself is fine. So, well, that was an easy job. Okay, 2 out of 2 then. I hope you enjoyed that, and let me know what you think about reviewing one of these remote testers. I'm quite keen to do that actually, if you guys want to see it. Get into the comments below. Let us know your thoughts, and I look forward to seeing you all soon again on Learning Electronics Repair. Ciao for now, guys.